what the number 8 means for productive meetings. There's really a lot you can throw at meetings. The place, the time, the frequency. But the most difficult decision concerns the list of participants. Too many people attend most meetings. Why is that? Simple answer. Since you don't want to hurt anyone, you invite everybody. Unfortunately, the quality of the meeting decreases dramatically. 12 participants, 13 opinions, no decision. That sounds like a waste of time, doesn't it? It's crucial to consider what works and what doesn't, because you don't want your meeting to be another example of the various ways meetings waste time. In my experience, meetings are most productive when there are fewer than 8 people involved. That's because there is a tipping point where the quality of the conversation drops off. Once you get to 10 plus participants in a 60-minute meeting, everything changes. At that point, debates are often replaced by superficial comments. The exchange of information among the 10 plus participants eats up too much time. Questions with higher priority can then no longer be answered. The more people present, the less open the discussion. Have you ever noticed this? Difficult topics and decisions are no longer put on the agenda and are dealt with offline instead. Sounds familiar? That's why meetings in companies are suddenly frowned upon, banned, or ridiculed. This isn't good because there's so much to gain. It can be so easy to make meetings productive again. Smaller groups build a sense of intimacy and open the way for meaningful and open discussion. Fewer people mean more time to listen. Thus, each participant's perspective is considered. Clarity and openness emerge and everyone is aligned. I always try to do meetings in small groups with a maximum of 8 people. Here are 4 helpful steps on how to turn your meetings back into productive work. Always remain transparent. First, tell your team you're going to make a change. Let them know that your meetings will be smaller in the future to make them even more effective. Explain that you are aware of how much time and energy everyone spends on meetings. You want to implement a strategy that gets the best results. Second, be radical with your invitation list. To make sure you have the right people in the room, you need to know exactly what you're going to discuss. You need to have a clear agenda. Make sure you allow enough time for each discussion topic. Fewer topics and more time are key here. Third, make it clear to your team what everyone's responsibilities are. This applies to both present and absent colleagues. It's logical that you ask those present to participate actively. You can do this as follows. Listen. Be attentive, patient, and non-judgmental. If you're speaking, be clear, concise, and relevant. Ask for the information everyone needs. Remind participants to consider everyone's perspectives, including those who are absent. And last but not least, always measure success. Once you've built these changes into the structure of your meetings, you can track how effective your meetings are. You can also evaluate how well your team is handling the changes. Gather feedback. Keep working on it until you find the system that works best for your team and you. Keeping meetings to a maximum of 8 people is a guiding principle that helps you be more thoughtful about who participates. It is certainly possible to have productive meetings with 20+ people with skilled planning and good meeting practices. That should be the exception though, and not the rule. And by the way, it also doesn't help if you have the optimal number of participants sitting in the meeting, but you are the only one speaking. There are several reasons why this doesn't work, but this will be dealt with in a different video. Have fun!